Hi guys, so welcome to another episode of Building Blocks, a show where we break down the steps and strategies to help you navigate through the Malaysian startup ecosystem. I'm Afif and today we are going to cover a topic that is making waves recently. So a few months back, the Malaysian government under the Ministry of Economy launched the KL20 initiative. And one of the key highlights of the KL20 was the introduction of the newly and revamped MYStartup single window platform. And of course, being a new platform, there will be some misconceptions and confusions among the founders. So to help us clear this up, I'm with the best man to talk about the topic. I'm with Hisham, the head of MYStartup Malaysia himself. So Hisham, before we start, why don't you give the audience a short introduction by yourself and what is your role in the MYStartup team?
Assalamualaikum, very good afternoon. Salam Malaysian Bandani. It's a bit formal, but
that's alright.
but the topic is also a formal topic. My name is Hisham. I'm currently the head of MYStartup Malaysia, helping the team inside the ecosystem development, where we do program, partnership, and other capacity building in supporting the startup ecosystem for the past 4 years back. When we started in 2020, the capacity building we have done, we do the Hackathon way back in 2020, and then we have the MYStartup Bootcamp, not only collaboration with the local but also regional like Technesia or even though like Startup Ads. And also currently we also supporting the MYStartup Hackathon, and also we do the MYStartup Accelerator where we accelerate whatever that is not under the funding side is all under MYStartup side to support.
That's good. Okay, so
in short.
let's jump right into it. So the
Yep.
MYStartup single window platform was a big part of the KL20 launch, and there's been a lot of talk about it. So can you explain to us in simple terms what is the MYStartup platform is all about and what is the main objective?
A little bit history. When we started MYStartup, it's not only a platform. It's the entire initiative. Why is MYStartup? Because it's a Malaysian startup. It's supposed to serve the Malaysian startup ecosystem. So MYStartup, when we started, is only a directory where people can find how many startups in Malaysia, where are they located, and what are they doing. What business are they in. So after the past few years, we see that the platform evolve. A lot of people want to share about their program, a lot of people want to share about their initiative, not from the government side, also from the private side, and they also want to know how many investors do we have, how many tech talent that is in the ecosystem. So now where KL20 being escalated to the ecosystem, so MYStartup indirectly become a single window platform. It's a platform that serves as the one-stop center where anyone in the ecosystem, especially the startup, which is the founder, investor, and the tech talent, look for information, connect with the information, and also use the information for their own growth. Wow. That's as simple as that.
People are also confused about the Cradle and the MYStartup dynamic, right? So how do we clear this up?
In the short way, everyone is Cradle. MYStartup is just an initiative mandated to Cradle as a focal point agency. Yeah. So the root cause of this is Cradle, focal point agency, and then we have our startup ecosystem roadmap Super as what we need to achieve in the next 10 years, and MYStartup to support that. So indirectly, everything is Cradle mandates.
So when people come to me about are you Cradle or MYStartup, I usually tell them that so basically we are a department under
we
Cradle,
are a
right?
department, yeah.
You mentioned just now MYStartup is called the single, like the one-stop center. So what does that mean for a founder, and how does it help a founder to ease up their startup journey?
The platform now is still in the phase 1. We are still looking for further enhancement and further development. In short, right now in phase 1, what do we have? For a founder itself, you just need to join the startup ecosystem. There is a button under the join ecosystem. When you join, you updated your profile, you updated your business, and then it will publish you. Make sure you join the ecosystem, because people are a bit confused. When they registered, they consider they already joined. No, when you register, you create your account, but after that you have to join the ecosystem for you to be listed inside the startup list. Then after that, as a founder, what you need, program that support you or initiative that support you. There is a founder page, then you click to the founder. There is a section there where you can see all the program that supporting the founder, regardless it's from Cradle side, government side, any other sister agency like MAFCAT, MTD, CMDV, KMP, you name it. We also have from the private side, for example, the event under JomHack, right? JomHack, where Imbarash do the KL Summit, we also publish there. This is for the founder to connect, to meet with the investor. We also right now are helping Growth Charger in terms of their startup World Cup. If the founder want to go overseas, they want to expand their business regionally, want to test the market pitch, just join the startup World Cup. So how this information be centralized, then we have MyStartup to support that. That's on founder perspective lah. If we want to draw the line, there's a founder, then after that investor. But investor, we still developing to ensure that it can equip with what investor want. Tech talent, to be honest with everyone, we don't compete with any job platform. We are more like complementing them. All the startup, you want to list your job inside our tech talent, go ahead, and whoever register under our tech talent, you can explore any job that been published by the startup.
So basically, the MyStartup platform itself for tech talents can act like a mini LinkedIn in a way, right?
Yep, because it's verified. Because anyone that register their startup in our portal are verified by our data team. So we do data cleaning quarterly or bi-weekly. So yeah, it's something that we can say legit in the ecosystem lah.
Okay. Now let's talk about let's clear out the misconceptions. So some people actually came to me and they asked like, what makes MyStartup different from the other agencies? Aren't we doing the same thing? Are we redundant, or what makes us different from the sister agencies?
You know, Afif, if we want to talk about recipe, every agency have their own secret recipe.
Yeah.
Everyone is looking for sustainability, scalability, and also everyone want to talk about startup. Everyone want to understand the startup ecosystem and want to serve the startup. It's good for our ecosystem. I don't see it's a redundancy because we are authorized or backed by the government, by the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, mostly, and also the Ministry of Economy to consolidate all under one. But it doesn't mean that we are using the hard word. We don't stop anyone for doing their own platform or doing their own portal, or they want to come up with on their database. But ours is more like we want to give the best data. We want to serve the government with the right fact so that they know how to improvise the incentive or the policy for the startup ecosystem moving forward. For us, it's more on assisting the government, making them understand about the ecosystem, and we don't compete. We complement.
Sure.
That's why MyStartup and Creator do. We complement. We try to help. So that's why I think there is no misconception. People will understand this. People will accept this. Just give the ecosystem time. I think we can be better in the future. Based on the program, the data provider that we work with, I think we have close to 3,000 MyStartup currently
3,000
listed in our platform. I think we try to push more and more numbers inside. It's not only numbers, but also to verify the ecosystem roadmap. By 2025, we need to have 5,000 listed. I hope it will expand to everyone, not only in Klang Valley, not only from Penang, Johor, and now we can see that this benefit have been reached out to Sabah, Sarawak. And my objective personally, I would like that everyone in single state, we will have at least one sister agency in each state that have the capacity building to run the startup program. Yeah, if anyone from the East Coast like Kelantan, Terengganu, Pahang, you reach out to us. We are looking for partner to run this, right?
So I'm gonna bring back the government back here.
Oh,
okay.
Because I wear the government shirt.
Yeah. Okay, talking about the government has a pretty ambitious goals.
Yep.
Like getting Malaysia into the top 20 global startup ecosystem. Okay, so in your opinion, where does MyStartup Single Window platform come in? What is the platform's role in getting the top 20 global startup ecosystem?
In my point of view on this part, MyStartup is only one of the, other than the 12 or 11 marquee initiative under the KL20, right? Why is KL20? Because Malaysia want to be a top 20 global startup hub by 2030. So that's why we name it as KL20 Action Plan or KL20. So Creator, we are the focal point agency. So in terms of we currently, all the ecosystem, not only from the local but regional, Creator still mentioned that we are on track. Malaysia is on track to become that. It's just that we need to amplify more by supporting more players in the ecosystem to do that things. We call that things, for example, like the capacity building, funding, market access, regional expansion. So all these things have to be in line, have to be not say consolidate lah, but I mean it's an accumulated effort by all parties. Once we are comfort with that, then we can reach to the top 20 global startup hub by 2030, because we also currently lead the ASEAN Startup Initiative, right?
Yeah.
So indirectly, we are endorsed in the ASEAN committee as one of the ASEAN member state that lead this initiative, where we bring all the ASEAN member state for similar like what we did in MyStartup portal. Everyone have to focus on developing the ecosystem. Once we do that and it be endorsed by the regional and also global chapter partner, it sure we will achieve that top 20 global startup hub. And then to add on to my earlier point, why it's important for us to go to that numbers, because we want to make sure Malaysia map is in that top 20 global startup ecosystem. Comparing to our neighbor country like Indonesia, Singapore, why Malaysia is so special? I believe the government have done a lot of effort to support the startup ecosystem. Before this, I go to example like Vietnam, I meet up people from Myanmar, or even though from Indonesia themselves. They all driven by their own community. The government just give them the way, but nothing, no support, especially on the funding side. Malaysia quite lucky. Credit is already like I think close to 22 years. We've been supporting the early stage fund, and then it been consistent and been accepted by the community and also by the ecosystem. Some of the people say it's just a number or it's just a ranking, like you play football. But football, if you see, you are number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 in the football ranking, people will look up at you. People say anything to do with football, let's go to this top 5. That's why we want to be the top 20, because when we become the top 20, that's where all the investment will come into Malaysia, that accelerate more economic growth in Malaysia, not only on the brick and mortar side but also on the new side, which is the technology side. Now we can see example like Microsoft, AWS, they are already started to believe in our country, right? So why not we as a local player play our role? Even though you just a small startup, but for us, a small startup that grow and become a unicorn, homegrown unicorn for Malaysia, is be more meaningful compared to the others lah. I will say we see a lot of blood and tears from our startup ecosystem. I see some of my, not say friend lah, the startup friend, during the COVID time, it's very difficult for them to find business, right? So now it's our job to ensure that the hustle that they have gone through,
they don't go to waste.
They don't go twice.
Oh yeah.
They have to be move forward. Don't look back. Whatever support we need to give, either from creator side or other sister agency side, government side, not only mostly side, can be MOF, can be Ministry of Economy or other ministry, move forward and ensure that we hit the target by 2030.
Alright Hisham, so this has been such an insightful conversation. Thank you for your time today. How do you feel?
I feel a lot of pressure. Just to give some disclaimer, I not represent the government. I just wearing this t-shirt because I have a meeting. Right. Make sure you put this on video.
Yeah, we'll let the editor do that. So for our audience, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and leave a comment if you think this conversation has been very insightful for you. There you have it. I'm Afif and this is Hisham, Head of MYStartup Malaysia. Keep building one block at a time. Thank you very much.